Now for the ab series, I need to accept that I'm doing the class on a recording now. And here we go. So right leg in, right hand to the ankle, left hand to the shin below the knee. Come right to that upper out curl position. Inhale, we switch the legs and switch again. One leg pulls in tight, the other leg stretches out long. Actively push the arms down, feel the work into your upper arms, connecting into your upper abs. Let's pull that left leg in and hold it there. Pull the right leg in to meet it, one hand to each shin, and you stretch. You want your body open to the sky, and then embrace the legs in with your arms, reaching out again, long through the fingers and toes, without over gripping them. Find the angle that works for you. You want to feel your abs for sure, but you don't want to make your back feel uneasy or at risk. That could mean that when you start, the arms are straight to the sky. It's all good. And here, right leg up for scissors, left leg forward, and we switch. Try to use that connection when your hand is to your leg. Maybe come and reestablish a deeper upper up curl, looking right down your midline at your navel. Remember that looking up at your feet is sort of a trap. If you do that, your head will fall back and you'll feel more in your neck and less in your abs. We'll do one more and end with the left leg up. Bring the right leg up to meet it and take your hands to support the back of your skull. Elbows down and in. Now the legs press away, double leg, lower lift. Exhale, lift them up, sink the belly down, and you stretch away. Exhale and lift it here. Do that again to push out. Exhale, deepen to lift. And again, reach long. Doesn't have to be a big movement, just make it long through your legs so you feel the stretch. And then we'll pull the right leg in and twist up and to the right and then to the left. Coming up and around yourself like so. Breathing here. And inhale to one side and exhale to the other. Try to lift the scapula off the ground and rest into the other one as your contact point to the mat. We'll do one more set. The legs shoot straight out of the socket. They don't twist, they don't flail. You come right back in and we're rolling up for your spine stretch. Elevate your hips if you need to. You can even sit on a chair if you're really tight in your hips. And let's stretch the arms forward. Press lightly down with the arms and float up through your halo. Look down and dive forward here. Round your back, curve it. Stretch it on out. Press through your legs and articulate up with the spine. The shoulders fall. And look down again, diving forward. Pressing down and lift to come up. And we'll do that again. Empty the lungs as you reach out with your head and dive forward over your legs. Press down and come up. So if you're being filled with helium, it floats up into your head, up into your halo, and you rise. One more to go forward and hold onto your legs. Take a little stretch here. And then we can fold the legs in and move forward for open leg balance and rocker. You can hold behind the thighs or hold at the ankles. Lift your feet, balance back on your sacrum. Right leg goes up, whatever the hand position is, and then pull the heel down, connect your heels, and then take the left leg up, reach it high, and then pull that back down. Now the right leg rises again, and fold it down here. As the left leg goes up, be sure your shoulder stays easy and relaxed away from your ears. No hiking the shoulders up. Do one more like this, left leg high. Get the length in the back of your leg. And now both legs simultaneously, they lift together and then they fold back down together, reaching them up and pulling them back. We'll do one more. And then get ready to roll back. I'm going to scoot forward a bit. Extend the legs up, look down at your navel. Inhale, lift the tail to roll your shoulders. Exhale, come forward and up to that balance point. And rock again. Exhale, rising. Try to draw a straight line back on the mat and forward on the mat. As if you're rolling right down the middle of a road. Track that center dotted line with your spine. Stay here. Close the legs. Bend your knees. Lay down onto your back for corkscrew. You can take a TheraBand around your feet here if you wish. You would pull the knees in, lift the feet up to the ceiling, whether using a band or not. And then we circle the legs over to the right, exhale around to the left, bring it back up to the ceiling, ending that exhale. And then reverse, one breath, an inhale and an exhale for every circle that you draw here. Really be aware of what's going on in your abdominal wall, that you really want to press down on the opposite side from where the legs are every time to keep some stability through your torso onto your mat. So this exercise looks like it's about stretching the legs and drawing a circle on the ceiling. And in fact, that's the choreography. But where you really want to feel it is your connection to your core, helping you stay stable on the ground while you circle the legs. Good. And then we'll fold the knees in and come up for saw. Open the legs. Again, elevate your hips if you want to. And extend the arms out to the side. Reach long through the fingertips. Press down, lifting the head and the chest. Rotate to the right and dive over. The arms lengthen away from each other. Look back at your back hand and try to push it away from you. Coming all the way upright, center, and then spin to your left. Diving over again here. You can press into your left leg with your right hand in order to get more rotation through the upper back and neck. Lift to come up, unwind, and then spin again. And again, just know, if you feel like you're not getting a lot of movement in your spine, you probably need to bend your knees or sit elevated up on something so that you're not fighting your own body to get the movement, but you can enjoy the movement that you're reaching into. We always want to use the props to expedite better movement patterns and find more work and more stretch. And one more time here to the left. Coming back up to center, and then close the legs, lower the hands, flip over onto your stomach for swan. So your head floats off the ground, your hands are by your chest, you pull the elbows back, you pull the heel of the hands back to pull the chest forward, coming up, and then releasing it down a little bit at a time. Pull the elbows back down and in to lift the heart, expand it, and down you go. Feel your back releases to lengthen you down a bit at a time. And one more coming up. You might even feel a little opening through your hip as you stretch the navel and the rib cage away from the pelvis. Sit back in your child's pose, round your back, curve it, and then stack your spine coming up. We're going to move into shoulder bridge. We did about 10 to 15 minutes of work on the roller before the recording started. So we're just continuing here to make up some of that time. Arms long at your side, feet are grounded. And here, start with a pelvic tuck. Pull the knees forward, lift your hips up. You're going to lift into an upper back extension by pressing the top of the shoulders down and rolling the outer arms to the back. And then roll to the inner edge of your arms. Feel how your blades widen across your back so you can drape your spine down between the blades. Come all the way down, releasing the back, and finally releasing the tail so the waist floats off the ground. And then we start with the pelvic tuck, rocking the pelvis so the weight shifts back onto your waist, push into your legs, the knees glide forward, try to drag the heels back to activate your hamstrings, coming up, and then actively push down with your arms and your feet to get more of a feeling of lift through the whole body. And then we're going to release on down. Weight shift to the inner arms, bend your spine, curve it, sink it gratefully into the ground 1 inch after the next. And let's go up just one more time. So once we're up, let's just practice one set of kicks here. So pull the right knee into your chest, lift the right foot up to the ceiling, soft point. Lower the foot down, flex the foot and bring it up. Point to reach it out. Flex to lift it up. One more. Try to keep the pelvis level here. And then we bend the knee. We lower the foot down. We lift the hips in case they've dropped. And now keep the hips in the air. Pick up the left knee, pull it in, extend the left foot up. That lift of the foot may help you level off the two pelvic halves. Point to go down, flex to rise. Point down, stretch it out. Imagine tracing a rainbow with your toes on the way down and on the way up. Fold the knee, lower the foot, lift the hip, balance your weight here on your two sides, and then roll your spine out. Come down slowly, curve your back into the ground. And we'll come up to sitting for spine twist. Again, elevate your hips if you feel like you need to sit up vertically here on your sits bones. Arms extend out, reach long through your fingertips, feet are flex. Push down with the arms, grow taller and rotate to the right. Pulse 1, 2, 3. Lift to center and then to the left. Pulsing 1, 2, 3. Center again. Remember, we always watch that the arm doesn't drift forward to form the arms at a 90-degree angle in the direction that you're twisting to. Try to keep the arms apart at about 170 degrees. So it's your torso that does the movement for you, not the arm. And again to the left one last time. Back to center, lower the arms down for jackknife. We'll lay on our backs. Fold the knees into your chest, extend the legs up to the ceiling. The legs can go further forward. You can also elevate your hips to make this easier. And then we bring the legs up and over. They start going low. We're parallel to the ground. Then as you advance the work, you can extend the legs up to the ceiling. Then you may want to lower them back down and then roll your spine out. Stretch the legs forward, and we'll do that version again. So going up and over, lift your hips. The legs were parallel to the floor here, and then you slide them up. I'm actually kind of sliding up this piece of equipment here, the core line, but you don't have to slide your feet on the wall or anything else. And then lower the spine down. Try to reach back through your halo and keep looking up at the ceiling. Don't let your gaze follow your feet away from you. And now, if you want, you can do a little more difficult version, going up and not going so low, but taking the legs up higher initially. And then keep them a little higher as you start to go down, only closing the legs in over your body as necessary as you go down to the ground. So you end up feeling more work in that lower part of your core. And let's do one more, whichever version you want, whatever seems appropriate. And down we go, really actively press into the arms. Try to resist gravity on the way down. And then you can fold the knees in, slide the legs forward, and we'll turn over for the side kicks. Stretch your body out, support your head. And if this isn't comfortable to have the head lifted like so, of course you can extend the arm and lay your head on it, maybe on a towel or a cushion. Feet are flexed, pick the top leg up, and the top hand presses into the ground. Flex the foot to bring it forward, pulse 1, 2. Point the foot, sweep it back, and pulse 1 and 2. Flex to bring it forward, double pulse. Point, take it back, double pulse again. Watch that the leg stays the same height from the ground. Don't let it drop and lift. Come back to center, lower it, rotate externally, point and lift the foot up and flex and bring it down. Drag the legs apart, squeeze them tight together. Do that again. Reaching longer with the leg on the return. Now flex to go up. We're reversing the foot, point to press it down. Keep your waist long. So really work the leg on the socket and don't just lift it by shortening the waist. One more like this. Flex high. Point down, développé. We bend the knee up to the ceiling. We slide the foot in, knee to the shoulder, foot to the sky, flex and reach it out. And drag it in again. Try to hold yourself on your side seam. It's really tempting to fall behind it as we try to open up the hip here. And now tap reverse. Straight leg, flex foot, up, point the foot, bend the knee, skate it down. Flex and you lift it up, point the foot, bend the knee, slide it down, and your head reaches in the other direction. Flex to lift it, point, bend, and exhale all the way forward and down. Rond de jambe, big circles. Inhale forward, exhale up, back. Reach behind you, pull it through center. Press that bottom leg into the floor. It does help to elongate the body, so pull in both directions, out through your head, out through your legs. Complete the circle, let's reverse, take it back. Lift, forward, around, and back through center. Reach it again, circling here. And one last one like this. Good. We'll just do one more in the series. There's more, but again, we made some other choices while we weren't recording. And now lift the leg up and then bring this down. The leg rises and exhale, releases to the ground. You're in that figure four position with your top leg. Now take the bottom leg up, lift it high and circle around and up. 1, and then 2, and then 3. Bring it up, reverse the circles. 1 and 2 and 3. Lift it up, lower it down, and then extend the other leg on it. Turn onto your stomach for grasshopper. We're going to do a one-legged variation first, so the legs in turnout. Pick the right leg up, keep pressing the pelvic half into the ground, and then lower that leg. Then the left leg comes up, you push the hip bone into the mat under your body, and lower the left leg. Right leg rises, and exhale goes down. Lift the left. And while you lift one leg, don't shift your weight. So really keep both hip bones pushing actively down into the mat so that your pelvis doesn't tip or tilt to take the leg up higher. That way you really work into your glute and you work for hip extension. And lift the left and down with both legs and you clap them. The legs pull apart and together. Working from your upper thigh, inner and outer. Okay, and then lower the legs, child's pose again. Round your back, curve it. Stack the spine up, and we'll go onto the other side. Stretch your body out long. Be sure you have room to move without kicking your furniture, your pets, anything else. So pick up your top leg, flex the foot, and kick it forward. Double beat, 1, 2. Point the foot, take it back, and stretch it behind you. Pulse 1 and 2. Flex to go forward, double beat. Lengthen it back. This should feel great, right? So as you pull the leg forward, reach back through your sits bone, out with the heel to get more stretch in the hamstring, and then really open the hip as the leg goes back. Come back to center, lower the leg. We rotate, point, bring it up high, flex to bring it down. Point to lift, and flex to squeeze the legs tight. Measure it drawn up by magnets, and then resist going down. Now flex to bring it up. Point the foot to stretch it away. Flex to lift, and point, lengthen it down. Do it once more. All the way down, développé. Pull the leg in, knee to the shoulder, foot to the sky. Flex and reach out. And again, pull it in. Extend it up, flex and press it down again. One more time like this. Close it down, now reverse. Go up, point the foot, bend the knee, skate the leg forward, stretch out, flex and lift, point, bend, exhale, press it away from you. Lengthen the whole body, not just the leg. All the way forward for rond de jambe, your circles. Bring it forward, up, around, back, and through center. Try to resist leaning back as the leg goes forward or leaning forward with the torso as the leg goes back. And you have to actively push your bottom leg into the ground, particularly I feel like when the leg is behind us. All right, now let's reverse. Take the leg back, open the hips, circle the leg up, around, and then through center. And do that again. And one last one. Try to draw a slightly larger circle with every repetition. And then we did the figure 4. So you pull that knee up to the ceiling, wrap your hand around the ankle, and bring the bottom leg up and then down. It lifts and then you lower it. You lift it high and then you bring it down to the ground. Then we lift, hold it up and circle around it up 1, and then 2, and then 3. End on the lift and reverse the circle 1 and 2. Try to round up your circles and then bring that leg down. Stretch the top one on it. Let's lay on your back here for a little teaser. We'll start with the easy variation first and move from there. So fold the knees into your chest. You can hold on to the back of your thighs. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders as you come up. Extend the legs to rock forward and up into your teaser position. Bring the arms up to the ceiling. That's just an option. Bring your hands to your legs. Elbows wide. Push the legs out into your arms as you start to curl the tail up. Roll your spine down. And then you gradually, slowly pull the legs in so that you don't fall to the ground, but you work your way into the ground against the opposing energy of your legs reaching out. And then we'll do that again. So lift the head, neck, shoulders, push the legs away. So the extending legs will help you rise. But it's still a timing issue. It's still a coordination issue. Arms lift here, hands to the thighs. And again, it's even more of a coordination issue going down. So you want to be sure that you have enough mobility in your spine to lower it 1 inch, 1 vertebra at a time sequentially. And then as you pull the legs in, don't go too fast because then you'll just fall backwards. But you push out with the legs. Your arms are super active as you go down. And so is your core, not quite as much as in the regular teaser, which we'll do next. So let's come up like we just did to the full teaser position. And then from here, you can push the feet away as you curl the tail up, roll your spine down, get the heels down and stretch the arms behind you. Lift the arms, head, neck, shoulders lift up, scoop the legs up, come up to that position you were just in, and then curl the tail to protect your spine. Try to get at least down to your sacrum. Lengthen back to the ground, and one last time to come up. Good. And then let's fold the legs and lean back on your elbows for hip circles. So try to pull your waist and your ribs back so you feel like you're tractioning your low back here. Feel that drag into your sacrum. And you're not collapsing down with your ribs, but you're pressing through the arms and then pulling back with the rib cage. Pull one knee in, then the other, lift your legs up to the ceiling, and we circle to the right. Exhale around to the left. Complete the circle at the top and then go left, and exhale around to the right. Now, if you're tight in the back of your legs, bend your knees or elevate your hips a little higher, like your tailbone up a little bit on a cushion or a folded towel. We're doing one more, circling from the right to the left. Keep lifting up through your head so you're not just collapsing into your arms. Down and around to lift the legs high. Bend your knees, lower your feet, and come up to sitting. Let's do a seated mermaid here. So swing your feet over to one side. My heels are to my left. And you can hold your hand to the shins. So my left hand's on my left shin. The free arm lifts up, and then you side bend over your feet, stretching the sideline of your body here. Come upright. You can take both arms out to the side. More advanced is both arms up to the ceiling. And then you'll bring your hand away from your feet to the ground, slide out along it to your elbow, push down into the arm, lift your waist, and you have a nice little side bend stretch here. Push to the arm, come up. You want to drag yourself up, hip, waist, ribs, chest, and then grab hold of the shin and dive over towards that leg without rotation, right? So there'll be a tendency to dive forward to get more, to cover more ground, to get more stretch, but we're still trying to find this exactly on your side seam. And lift to come up, and the hand down, go out onto your elbow, let that fall. Try to reach that out, following the fingertips out and down to the ground. You can push the ground away to try to get a little bit more stretch through that upper side. And now pull yourself up, arms open, one more side bend away. Lift to come up. We'll do one more side bend and then add some rotation here. So go out onto your elbow, side bend here, then lift your hand, look up at your hand. You can even take it behind you, and then scoop the arm underneath the armpit here. Following the hand with your gaze, pull it out and open the chest, look back. And again, we pull the arm around and underneath. Feel how you stretch the space open between your scapula there, and then reach back with the arm, opening the chest. One more. So you stretch across the width of your back, and then as you open into extension, you stretch across the width of your chest. Come back with the arm up, side bend here, pull down, push down to lift up, and one more side bend over your legs. Coming upright, and we'll swing the feet to the other side. Now, it's easier to have the knees more open. I should have said that earlier. More difficult to have the legs more stacked. So just go where it works for you to sit kind of upright with a little bit of a stretch into this elongated hip side. So now we pick up your arm and you side bend towards your legs. A little bit of connection from your hand to your armpit to your abs on the lower side. And come up, and remember the arms can go out. You can bring the hand immediately down, go over, skate out along the floor, rest on that bent elbow, lift your waist, drop your head to increase the side bend curve in your spine. Coming up, you can push into the ground. You can rise and go over again here. Chest and head facing the camera. Coming up, and over we go. Pull yourself upright, try to make it some work for your body. So lift the hands sooner to get more work into your obliques on the working side. Let's go over one last time. Skate on out. Lift the waist, drop the head. Feel that side bend stretch. I'll take your arm up, look at your hand, and take it back. And then sweep it around in an arc, bring it under your armpit, and then pull it back and open the chest. And we do that again. Curve it around under your body, pull it out, and look back. One more time. Pull the scapula apart and then pull them together. Lift the arm up, side bend one more time. So after finding rotation, you actually have a lot more access to your side bending stretch. And then we lift to come up. Side bend over like so. Back to center to lower the arm. And we'll just end with seal because it feels good to do something very symmetrical after doing something so asymmetrical there. And take your hands between your legs. Lift your feet up, heels together, toes apart, open and close the legs. Oh, my mistake, hands go under and around. And we clap 1, 2, 3. Lift the tail to roll back. We clap 1, 2, 3, hopefully. Up again to clap. When you go back, try to really lift the tail in the air. That's a reminder for me, as well as for you. Pushing the arms into the legs into the arms. One last one. And feet rest. And we are done for today. Thank you so much for coming to class or watching it. Appreciate it. And